So what does it say? Procaffeinating, the tendency to delay beginning anything productive until you've had a coffee. Definitely a Siithembs thing to do. Hello darlings, welcome back to my YouTube channel where everything is absolutely rainbow, darling. Thank you for coming to my castle. If you'd like to contribute towards the walls, the roof, maybe the floor, and even my crown, don't forget to like this video, to subscribe down below, and click that bell button so that you can join the darling gang. Is it darling gang or darling nation? It's darling family. As you can see, the title of the video, well, I haven't written it in words, but in my head, because you know when you want to talk about a subject and you overthink just the idea of talking about it because it is an opinion and it's based on experience, and sometimes I just have to be free and tell myself, I'm just sharing, and it's based on opinion. And anyway, beyond anything, it's always so nice to hear other people's shares and other people's ways of seeing it and what they think about it. And if it's anything, this video is an extension of another video which Somizi made on the 25th of June. Yes, regarding racism and classism within the LGBTQIA community. The queers, darling.
We need to have a full representation in the decision making of anything that is queer. It's not only white people that are affected. It's not only white people that can, white queers that can think of great ideas to get us to where we all want to get to. Now, because I'm running out of time, just have your input in the comments, and let's it's a debate. We're not fighting, it's a debate. Now let's talk about the classism in the black queer community. Yo! Angazi ngayibeka ngesizulu, singibeke ngesizulu bazotranslate. Kunama gay, I'm not sure about the lesbians or the trans, but I'm talking about gay men. There are gay men that think they shit ice cream, that think gays from the hood are low class, cheap, gays that don't wear couture, uneducated, dumb cops, low class, broke, whatever, and they are mightier than thou because they happen to be the handbags of the fag hags that are rich and famous.
We just came from Pride. We know that, right? Hoo-ha, yep. It's always in celebration. If it's anything, the June Pride is more, not even international, it's way more American than anything. And then there's our own Pride in South Africa. Our ones is in October, right? And usually the way it's celebrated, like nationally, not really. Cape Town will have their own thing, Johannesburg will have their own thing, Durban will have their own thing. So one of the points that Somizi raises was exactly that it's beautiful, we need to have those things, but we never have, why don't we ever have Pride marches itself at areas in which these people come from, first of all, and these people are trying to even run away from because it's not safe. Aren't we trying to send a message, and who are we doing that favor by walking in spaces that we were already occupying? We came to because they ideally also racially white safe, so that means they get to be able to be part of it. And also location of very prominent gay things, even of gay clubs. Why are they in white safe areas? Why don't we have gay bars in the township? And that's why also I think that's why it leaned towards especially gay black queers, which is going to be a topic. It's not a topic to say, but I mean the video was, the classism part of it was directed to that because of his personal experience. And that's why I'm also making this video, because I relate to the video in so many ways, in terms of just perspective. Anyway, so location and even the committees that are running South African queer things, where is the diversity in that? We scream diversity. In many ways, we preach for it, but we don't practice it ourselves, which is also a very unhealthy thing for our community in terms of not how it's built, but in terms of what it's in between. And this video is not bashing the LGBTQ. I mean, it's damn family, thank you. Ideally, when it comes to the racism part, it's how can we improve our racial interaction and also being really inclusive, because that's what we would like from the world. Include us in everything. Can we include one another? So that's the racial part. And then I think this video is mainly for the classism part of the video, because it was very directed to black queer men, right? And how we genuinely just treat one another according to class, or how you appear to be in terms of your class. And that's why, again, going back to the whole fake it till you make it being a very unhealthy concept or ideology that has been or still is and always practiced in humanity and within this community. If it's anything that it's done, it's divided us even further within the notion and the fight that we are on about, and what pride ought to be about, and what we're pushing for pride, because we're not only celebrating, but we're also sending a message to continue being given spaces. Not necessarily given spaces, but we're taking space up. We're taking space. Essentially, pride is supposed to add to like the fabric, not the fabrication, but the quality of the rainbow flag. You know, like you smell it, darling. It's filled with just glory, and that's all. As you know, there's three classes mainly in society, if they really are. Upper class, middle class, and lower class. Rot, and there's a huge exclusionary attitude amongst the black gays, darling. And I don't think it's just the black gays, to be honest, but again, I said just because I related to this video that I'm making, it's not an extension, I made a mistake. Not an extension of what Somizi was saying. It's just, it's more like a reflection using that video as a point of reference. Yeah, Bo. There's an exclusionary kind of energy of, depending on the clothes that you wear, the education, the level of it. What do you contribute to the plate, darling? I'm being dramatic. I am being dramatic. Ideally, just the standards, the extremely high standards of one another within just on a normal human basis life, okay? It's normal. We really don't need to be doing this. But for us to be able just to be in one space without having to think about whatever box you probably need to tick or not ticking. Do you even feel like you belong amongst these people? Are you worthy? Just that alone, where that also, like, what even brings that from you? And obviously a lot comes from also who you are and what you perceive in the space, but we can also not deny what has been experienced. So that whole thing of just the so-called elite gays having to look down upon people that comes probably from, that are in the township, not comes from the township, to say, because the truth is you never know. You really never know. And then, people that come from the township, or people that have not been or done certain things, or people that are not in front row of fashion shows, whatever it may be, that can kind of segregate. If you're not part of whatever, and you don't exude anything along those lines, then for you it's a cut. You don't get to be part of that. And that's why I called my friend. I was like, Chomi, before I make this video, I need you to tell me, because I feel like it's nice and easy to talk about it, but as a black gay male, what is your take on the topic? But for her, it was very similar to what I feel, which is also not fair. But also the privilege to say that was exactly also why I got so heated to make this video, because it's true. The fact that he said, for me, I don't feel like the racial issues and I don't feel like the racial issues and the classism issues are things that affect me, or things that I allow to really run the way I interact with my peers and other black gay people, or just other members of the LGBTQIA community. And just evidently, just looking at the spectrum of his friends, that's true. Same with myself. My spectrum of friends and where me, thank you, and experience and where backgrounds and all of that, and just places that you go to it's extremely diverse, to a point where it's not a factor for me to look at what you bring to the plate. It shouldn't matter. The fact that we've been brought by the universe together, we definitely have something for one.